Shall we start the session? Yeah, we'll see what are the things we have covered last week. We completed the loops, right? What are the 4 types of loops are available in PHP?
For loop, for each loop, while.
Yeah. For loop, right? While loop, while loop, and for each loop. Right? For each loop we use for what?
To print just like an array or some sort of data.
Yeah, for arrays we used to write the for each loop. Right, then other than that, what are the things we covered last week? For each loop. Then continuous statement, break statement, and we have covered the array part also in lecture 2. That's also last week we completed that as well. Then we will go to the today's session, that is regarding the functions, right? Functions in PHP. Right, I will send this one also via email. I will send you the 4th one. Right, I will share this one. Wait, one minute. Yeah, can you see the 4th lecture? 4th one?
Yes, madam.
Right. That is regarding the functions in PHP. Now, how many students we have today? Around 18 only. What happened to other students?
I think still they are joined or something like.
Okay, now 10:04. No, you can a little bit earlier. You would have joined. Right. Today you have the afternoon session also.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So we'll start while we are doing the lecture. They can join. Meantime, they can join. Right. The functions. I think already you are familiar with the functions in computer programming also. Right. What's the meaning of function and why we use the function in PHP? Right. Function is a group of instruction to perform a particular task. Right. Function is a block of statement. We can give the valid name. Right. The function provide a way to group related action together and to be able to rapidly execute them without retyping the code. Without use the coding several times, we can have the group of statement and give the valid name. Right. We call that is the function. Then if you want to call the function again, no need to write the same coding several times. We can give valid name and call with that name, then you can use the particular function. Right? That is the way normally, the reason behind the function is that. Right? Function is a block of code. You can see the note also. Not immediately executed, but can be called for your scripts when needed. When you need the function, then by name you can call it, because already we have defined the function. Right? Then again, no need to type the same code in again and again. You can call with the function name. Right? Can you remember we have done in computer programming also the print the number of stars, right? Print the number of stars. Say you are writing the code for print the number of stars one time. Say you want to repeat again, right? Anywhere of your program, you can write the function name, right? By calling the function name, you can have the number of stars again and again, right? Then we'll see how to write the common formula or syntax of the functions. Wait. The syntax of the function, first you want to write the keyword function name. Then within bracket write the parameters. You may have number of parameters. After the parameters, there are no semicolon. Right after the parameter list, you can write the within curly brace number of statements. And it's also return with the return value. Right? This is the common formula or syntax of the functions in PHP. Right? Then can you understand how to write the syntax of the functions? Right? Write the function is a keyword, function name followed by the parameters. Then within curly brace, write the number of statements with return value. Right? Then go to the next one, how to create this the very simple function. Example 1 here, right? Write the keyword function. Then what is the function name of this example 1? Tell me what is the function name?
My function.
My function. Then how many parameters we have here?
No parameters. Excuse me, madam.
Yeah.
Some of our friends are waiting in to accept by madam.
Right. I will check. Right. See, wait. Right? Then there are no any parameters. In the given example, no parameters, function name is my function, right? After, and no, it's with the comment, it says no semicolon after the parameters, right? After the bracket, there are no any semicolon, right? After the parameters, normally you write the statements. How many statements we have here? 2 statements, right? To display the 2 lines with break new line, right? New line, there is another student also coming. Okay, right, there are 2 statements, either echo or print statement. You can write those statements, right? There are no any return value here, right? Then after the statements, you call the function, right? You call the function by name. You can call the function. Once you call the function, it will go to the function name, and what are the statements are available, it will display. Then what is the results of this example 1? What should be the result? What will be print here? We have included the heading tags also, right? Heading 1 and 2. With the 2 headings, you can display the result. This is my first function, and this is my first function 2 times with the different headings, right? These are the 2 lines which we can see after compiling the example 1. Right? Can you understand how you can define the function and how to call the function? By name you can call, right? With function. Call function, you can write the same function name within bracket and semicolon. There are no parameters. If there were any parameters, it will go to the with the argument, tally with the argument and display the result. Okay? Can you understand example 1?
Yes, madam.
If you have any issues, you can ask. Okay with the example 1?
Yes, madam.
Now, one can answer.
Yes, madam. So
Okay.
understand.
Right. Then
Yeah.
move on to here it says your function name can start with a letter, or when you write the function name, right, it should be start with a letter or underscore symbol. Underscore symbol also considered as a letter, but not a number. When you write the variable names, can you remember how you write the variable names? Likewise, you can write the function name also starting with the letter either underscore symbol without writing the number. When you can't start the function name also with the number, right? Then when you go to the second example, right? Anybody wants to practice the example one? Are you going to type this one? Yeah, this is the example one. Results you can get once you use the two headings, right? This is the result. Okay. Then again go back to the presentation. Right. Then example two. Here we are given the function name as write name, and statement is given the name here, and after the statement you can see the echo my name is. What is the my name is? It says the calling the function from here, right? Calling the function from here. What will be the output? You can see the once you call the function, it will go here and display the given name. Then the output will be displayed as my name is Michael Smith, right? That means you can use the call the function. Before that even you can write the statement, and after the given name should be displayed by calling the function name, right? Within the function name you write, within the statements of the function you write the name of the person, right? Then it will get as a result of the echo statement. My name is the Michael Smith. That will be the output of the function. Right? Then we'll see how to use the variables also with the function. If in future examples we can have if there are parameters, how to pass the parameters. Right? Do you want to get some time to practice these exercises? You want time? You need now. Sometimes, as you are aware, now we are going to start the final year students examination for weekend batch. We stopped their exam due to this corona pandemic. So we are going to start their exams from July 11th. Then we'll see after 1 or 2 months time. We'll see we can meet.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah.
If we want to trigger a function when we are clicking a button, so we have to put on click this function name, right?
Yeah. Yes. If you are using with the button even, you want to write the function name and the statements. Then it will work. Shall I move on to the next example? Because that is the way to write the coding once we do the theory part, then we can one by one we can go to the examples to understand how this theory is involved for the examples, right? Then third one, example 3. Right now we have included the parameters for the function. Right? Now the function, example 3 here, function name is add function. We have 2 parameters, right? And 2 parameters, and what are the results you can get, right? Num1 and num2, right? The output of this program, you can see with the echo statement, you can see the output, but from where you can get the arguments to pass these parameters, that is from the calling the function, right? Add function, again you have here, that is the same function name, and we have two values. We call those are the arguments. Then it will pass to the relevant parameter, right? Instead of num1, pass the value 10, num2 20. Then this is how we pass the values or arguments to the relevant parameters, right? Then it will get the result as to 10 plus 20, 30, and display the sum of the two numbers are the variable, right? Variable value could be get from the previous statement, right? Then answer would be sum of the two numbers are 30. Then when you write the function, there might be the function parameters and returning values as given in the syntax. So common formula, we have described how to write the common formula, function and function name with the parameters. Then you may have number of statements and return value. After that, you can call the function, right? Then here we have used the parameters, right? Then next one, returning value. We have the next example with the return value, right? And we have the function as well, and we create a function name my function. The name of the function is my function. How you can define the name the my function? If you want to write the my function as a two-word, you want to combine with the underscore character, right? Either single without any space, you can write as a single word, or else you write the my function with the underscore, my underscore function. That's the name of the function. And within bracket, you can write the argument parameter, right? Then what is the argument we are going to pass? What is the argument we are passing here?
My name.
Huh?
My name.
My name? What is, yeah, my name is the parameter. What is the argument relevant to that parameter? My name is the parameter, right?
Parameter.
Then what is the argument? Argument, that is, yeah, Gihan is the argument, right? Gihan, it will the same function name. Here we have parameter. Here when we call the function, we write the argument. It will pass to the relevant parameter. Right? We have one parameter, one argument. Right? Then return with the hello there and my name. My name is a parameter. Now we have the value here. Then it will display the hello there here. That is the argument we have passed to the parameter. Right here we have the return value and parameter and argument. Everything you can see here. Right, I will check the output here. Control C. Yeah, this is the output you can see once you write the fourth one. Right, hello there, Gyan. That is the argument which we have passed to the relevant parameter. Okay. Example 5. It is okay. But I will share this presentation by today. It will be better if I would share this yesterday. Then you can just go through it. No, I forgot to share this. Then the fifth example. Right, you can see the parameters also here. Then arguments you can see, return and everything you can see in a single program, right? Then at the end you have the result to total value, that is 11, 5 and 6, right? We have two parameters and 2 arguments, it will pass the relevant parameter 5 and 6 and return. With the return we gave the 2 variables, right? These 2 parameters. Now we have the parameter values 5 and 6. The result is returned with the 11, then it will display here as a total value.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah.
If we taking output using return, so
Yes.
always we have to assign that return value into a variable. When we output a value using return value, always we have to have to assign that value into a number. Otherwise, we can't output, right?
Yeah, return value. Now that means now if you want to return with some value, there are some programs without any return values, right? For example, say any strings or any other things without the previous examples we have done without return value. You can have only the statements, right? If you have the return values, then you want to pass that value through the created function. It will pass and then display the result. Yeah, now you can ask the question. Right. Then once you write the return value here, now instead of parameters, it will get the 2 arguments. Then with that, because we write the return, what is the values you need to return, those 2 values with the return values. Then it will get the result of these 2 values and then display our ultimate value of sum. Right. Then go to the next one, that is there are some built-in function also under the function. These are the user-defined function, right? Then in PHP we have many number of built-in function also, right? Then we'll see the important function we call PHP info function. You can just type within the PHP coding and see what is the results of the PHP info function. That is not our one with that is the built-in, already built in the PHP itself. Right, it will display the output details, information about the current PHP installation on your web server. Right, then once you write the PHP coding, PHP info function, I will show the output. Yeah, this is the result you can see, right? The version of the PHP version in our web server. All the details you can see when you write the PHP info built-in function. Right, then go to the next one. Right, here also we have some returning value from the function. Say if you want to find the maximum value out of 2 values, likewise those programs either to display the array values, that's also possible to use the PHP functions, right? Function, and the function name is numbers, and here we have 2 values which we are giving through the arguments, right? Arguments. Then how to find the maximum value out of these 2 numbers using if statement. If you check the number 1 is greater than number 2, then it will return the 1 value. If not, return with the other value, right? At the end, you can see the result, the maximum, the result of echo maximum. It will display the maximum value out of these 2 values, either num1 or num2. Right? This is how returning values from function. When a return statement is executed, the function immediately returns the value and stop execution the rest of the script, right? Once the num1 is greater than num2, it will return with the num1 and stop the execution, right? If not, it is not greater than num2, it will go with the else part and work with the else part and execute the program and display the result out of the maximum value out of these two numbers. Here just you can see the only number because we write only echo dollar the variable, echo variable, right? If you want to display some text, you can define the text within double quote, right? The maximum value of out of these two values, then you can display the result with the variable name. Right? Whatever the way you would like to display the output, you want to write the way you will need to display, right? Just you want to display only the value, write the variable with the text, the output with the text, then you can write the echo statement with the entire text within double quote, then with the variable name, right? And next one, those who have finished the maximum value, the next one we have that is with the function name. We have the primary colors, right? Red, green and blue, those are the primary colors. Then we write the variable color as array type, right? Array, that is numerical array type, array. What is the way we written here with the array function, with the array function, array, and within single quote separate by comma you write the three colors, right? They return with the color, that is the variable, right? Then print R, if you write the result print R colors, then it will show the result as array and with the indexes, right? Array, then in the 0 index, what is the color, then index 1, 2, like it will display. If you want to write just only the colors, you can write the either echo statement or print statement. The same results, if you write the print R, it will display in a different way. Right? We have done under the arrays, what is the how to write the print R function. Right? I will show the result of the second one and the first one only. This one. Right? Okay, then what about the colors one?
Colors also right, madam.
Right, then can you see the difference now when you write the echo and print here, print R, it will display like array type, right? Array, then with the indexes you would have got the result, isn't it? Okay, then move on to the next one. Next one, then we see the default values, default parameters in PHP, right? If you have the two, earlier also we have discussed this one under the computer programming, also same scenario. Here also we can see we have the function name. What is the function name here? Function name. What is the function name in this
Multi.
PHP? Mult. Right, mult. Right, M-U-L-T. Mult is the function name. Then we have two parameters, num1 and num2. Num2 already defined the argument is defined, right? And here what is the output? Just within double quote, you are going to display the values, not the result. Display the values num1 multiplication num2 like. Then when you call the function, same function name, and we have only one argument to pass, then what will happen? It will go to the relevant parameter. Instead of num1, get the value 5. Num2, we don't have the second argument to relevant parameter, right? But it has the signing value, right? It will get the num2 as 1, num1 as 5. The result would be displayed. What is the result?
5.
5 multiplication 1, right? 5 multiplication 1, not the 5 multiplication 1, because we put the double quote, right? We are going to display only the values. Then second, again the same function name, we are writing the two arguments, 5 and 12, right? Now, 5, what is the relevant parameter? Instead of 5 for the second second function, same function with the different parameters, right? 5 and 12. Number 1, it will pass the argument 5. Num 2 will ignore the default one, take the passing value, right? That is 12. Then the second results of the second one, 5 multiplication 12, right? It will get the result as 5 multiplication 12. Right? You can just type the program and see how if we have the default parameters in PHP, how those programs work, right? Default parameters, we have the same function name with the different values, different number of arguments. First one we have only one argument. Second one we have two arguments, but default argument value also there, then it will ignore and get the passing value. Right, that is with the numbers. Now see the below example, right? The bottom you can see the greetings example with the string. Right now here we have the two arguments, right? Two parameters. One is $user, other one is greetings, right? Then now see the result here is the echo statement, $greeting, $user. Now function, when you call the function, here we have the mic, that is 11, what is the parameter instead of this argument, that is user, right? Then from here, from greeting part, it will get the welcome, right? That is equal to the welcome. Greeting is a default parameter value. Default parameter value, that is welcome. The name or user is a mic. You can see the result as welcome mic, right? From where you got the this welcome, that is the default parameter value, right? First one, that is with the passing argument, right? That is, instead of user, it will get the name. From the greeting, the default one is taken. Statement we have greeting user, these two variables. Instead of these two variables, you can see the output as welcome mic. Right, then we go to the next slide, that is regarding the variable scope, right? Now up to now you will have declared the variable anywhere in your PHP coding, right? Anywhere of your coding. Now when you write the variable, say outside the function, it doesn't work within the function. We'll see how in that situation, how you can, what is the solution for that. If you want to declare the variables outside the function, it won't work, right? Then why? That is in the, there are two types of variables available. One is global variable, other one is local variable. If you write the global variable type is global, then there is no issue. It will work throughout the anywhere of your program as a variable, right? If you write the local or static variable, it is within the function it works, right? Then we'll see how you can write the PHP coding outside the variable, outside the function, and what are the results you can see once you write the variable outside the function. Right? The variable defined in the function, including its parameters, are not accessible outside of the function. And by default, variables defined outside the function are not accessible inside the function, right? Then here we'll see how it's write this PHP coding. First one, the variable defined into some text. Then you can see the result, echo statement. This is a web page, right? Then again, with the variable defined here, it will get the result from here. It will take the variable value from here. Right. After that, you can have the one variable outside the function. We call this is the function. Name of the function is add. Right. Then inside the function, we have another variable b, that is inside the function. Right. Inside the function. Then we'll see the results of these functions. Right. First one, variable a is. What is the variable a? Is. It is within the function or outside the function. That is outside the function, so you can't get any results. It will not work because that is outside the function. Only you can display the variable a is. That is why we display within double quote, that's all. Right? There is no any result. If you write the variable b is, value is 2, then you can get the result as 2 because that is inside the function. Right? Then we call the function here. When you call the function, you can see the result variable a. Now it will display as variable a. Right? Variable a. Then after that, you can see the again display the variable b. Right? Then you can understand how when you write the function variable inside the function how it's work, and if you write the variable outside the function and how what is the output you can see, right? You can't use the function outside the function and get the result. That's why we want to use the keyword global. In the next example, we have the keyword global. Then up to now, to understand how these two variables are working with the program, you can write one variable within the function and other variable outside the function. And what are the results you can get from those two variables? Understand?
Yes, madam.
Right. Then try to write the program. Right, this is just to even no need to write this one. That is just display the variables all. Only now, starting from here, you can type P1. Right, you can write the variable a outside the function and see the results. Right, within double quote. Sorry, within curly bracket. When you write the display this variable a, you can't see any result. Right? When you write the b, it is there, the result is there because that is inside the function. And after that, when you call the function, you can see the result. When you call the function, it will display the result a, and b is not there. Right? I will copy this one. Now this is the output you can have. These are two lines. After that variable a, just what we write within the double quote, it will display as it is. There is no any result. But variable b, there is a result. Once we call the function, you can see the result a, but there is no result b. No value for the b. Okay, now type this one.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah.
When we using this kind of variable without using global keyword, if we want, can we insert using parameters? And
No,
when we are
okay, tell.
and now when in output variable b is not available because it is inside the function.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
So if we use return b, so we can output b.
Yeah. Now here I want to emphasize one. I want to emphasize that we need, if you are declaring the variable, in inside or outside the function, we want to use the global keyword, right? That's why just to just to display the results of the in both places. If you want to declare just as a two variables in different places, how it will look like. So I want to display with this program, right? After that, I have the program how it's work with the global keyword, right? It's there.
Okay, madam.
Good. Now, if you have any issues, if you have any queries, you can ask, right? Even if you are not here, you can ask and clarify. Once you start we see with the semester, we can do the revisions. If we have enough time, we can have the revision and discuss with the any issues we have. Up to now, until that such time, you can better you do at home the exercises and do practice. Once time permits and we don't have any issues only, then we can invite you to the start the semester. Right? It will take another, I don't know how many months, 1 or 2 months. We'll see. That's depend on the time and the situation of the country. Right. Then go to the next one. Global variables. Right now, you see, if you want to variable in the global scope within the function, you can use the global keyword, right? Even outside the function value also you can access them, right? Right. Then write the example how to use the global keyword. Right. These are the two variables in the function global A and ABC, right? Then you can display the results A and B. If you want to add those two numbers, A and B numbers, those variables, it is accessible from the outside the function, even as we mentioned as a variable, mentioned as a global, right? That is the advantage we have. If you write any variable as a global, then you can access anywhere of your program. You can access within the function, either outside the function. You can, and here also it's mentioned, you can't use the parameters as global. Function parameters can never be global, right? If we write the parameters, right, you can't write the global. It never be global. Only the variables you can write as a global. And while your script is running, a static variable is only returned by the function, but it is not shared with the main code PHP static statement and tells the function to remember the location of the local variable. And when we call the function, use a static variable to declare static variable. Here you write the variable as static, then you can see the result. Right, function, the name of the function is increment, right? We declared the variable as a static, right? Then display the variable, right? After the the statements, we have the another variable statement that is increased by 1. Then what are the results you can get here? Right, starting from 0, 0, then again we call that is 3 times, then 0, 1, 2, that is the result 0, 1, 2, because every time it is increased by 1. Right, these are the output of these 3 function 3 times. When you call the function 3 times, you can get the result 0, 1, 2 like. Right? Those are the difference between global variable and the static variable. Static variable you write within the function. Okay, with the static variable, the example, did you write?
Yes, madam.
Right, then we'll go to the last 3 slides, right? Yeah, within another, we have 40 minutes, we can complete the presentation today. Under the functions, then next week we are going to start the forms, right? Forms of the PHP. Before that, I will share that slide also, right? That is better. Then you can just go through the slides and come for the meeting, right? Come for the class. Then next one. Say now, see if you want to display or display entire text. Have you seen the websites? Even there are how many? There are a lot of pages in one document, right? Then how to display the huge text in the web page? If you write just one line, you just write the echo statement and display it, right? If you have number of pages or number of paragraph, number of pages you want to display, there is a way to write the entire text using PHP coding. We call that is the here doc syntax, using here doc syntax. In order to allow people to easily write the large amount of text from within the PHP, right? Then we see how you can write the large amount of text. Otherwise, every time you are writing the just echo statement and number 2 lines, again you want to write the new line. Likewise, you are writing one by one, right? That is not the way to write. The actual, the real way to display the entire pages, the number of pages, we write using here doc syntax, right? Then when you write the here doc syntax to display the large amount of text, there are some rules to go through, right? We'll see how you can write the large number of text. There are several key things to note about the here doc syntax. The identifier for the opening and closing here doc syntax, example EOT, whatever the identifier must be identical, right? You can write any identifier, right, as a starting and opening and closing syntax. It should be identical. It should be same, right? EOT, either ABC, whatever the text you are writing within the these identifier. The example, I will show the example we have, right? Now see here, in the example one, we have the PHP coding starting one, right? PHP coding. Then we assign the variable equal, right? Then these are the identifier which I have mentioned at the first point. Identifier EOT, either ABC, whatever the identifier, it should be identical for opening and closing within the entire text. Opening one EOT, the end also with the same identifier, right? EOT, right? If you write the ABC here, within that we are writing the entire text. Then we see what is the next one. The identifier for the closing heterodox syntax must be located at the beginning of the line. Right? The closing heterodox syntax. Where is the closing one? This one. It should be start with the beginning of the line. You can't keep the space and write the EOT. Right? It should be start with the beginning of the line. Here we write the variable equal to, here we write the triple angle bracket and start in the heterodox syntax, right? Then what's the third point? In front of the identifier for opening heterodox syntax, you need to use triple left angle brackets, okay? Now you can see here the first opening of the heterodox syntax, you use the variable equal to triple angle bracket, right? Triple left angle brackets, then start the identifier. Then after that you can write the entire pages, number of pages you want, and end with the same identifier with the semicolon, right? And to get the result, you write the echo statement and the variable. It will display the entire text we have within that identifier, right? Then we'll see what are the other things we have. Variable substitutions is used in PHP, which means you do need to escape dollar symbols. If you do not, PHP will attempt variable replacement, right? Then see if you write the dollar symbol, right? If you write the dollar symbol, it will take as a variable, right? In the second example, you can see we have defined here a variable name. Right, if you write within the identifier this entire text with the variable name, it will get the defined variable name. Okay. Then what else? The next one, you can use your delimiter anywhere in the text, but not in the first column of the new line. Right, you can't start with the new line. At the end of the string, just type the delimiter within no space around it, followed by a semicolon to end the statement, right? Followed by the semicolon, right? That is the end of the statement, semicolon, right? Those are the very small rules we have here to write the entire text. We'll write only one line, then there are two lines with the variables, then entire text you can just copy from somewhere and paste within this given identifier and what are the rules to be followed. Then you can see the entire pages or entire paragraphs you can include within this identifier, right? You can write this first example, only one line we have here. To write the heterodox syntax, the main idea is you start with the variable and triple angle bracket and then only you start the identifier. Right? After that, write the text you want to display, then end with the same identifier. Can you understand just how to write the large or big number of paragraphs, large number of text with the PHP coding, that is, we call the heterodox syntax. Right, try the first example and then you can understand how it works. First and second only variable is different. We have defined the variable before the beforehand. Within the identifier also we have the same variable name, right? Finish. Right, then
Yes,
move on to the last slide. Right, last slide. Third and fourth one. Third, no need. You can just same as the previous one. Fourth one, we have the number of lines here, right? Then variable define my string with the equal sign, triple left angle bracket, and Just no need to write the EOT every time, end of text like just ABC, different identifier you can write here and the end of the text also write the same identifier. Then these are the lines. If you write the double quote, write the single quotes also you can use variables. You can use the variables also, right? If you define the variable, you can see how will be the output, which will be properly covered to the values. You can these are the text normally you can write. Then here the output using echo statement, you write the output. The output in all the entire text we define as a my string. It will display, right? But if you here we have used some important tag that is pre-tag. Pre-tag here why? To pre-formatted tags. So in HTML you have used the pre-formatted tags to see the your output in the formatting way, right? In formatting way. Otherwise, it's just without pre-formatted text you can see the result. But if you write the text as it is, if you want to type the text, you want to write the pre-formatted text, right? Then pre-tag before the PHP coding and after PHP coding, you can write the starting and the closing pre-tag. Then whatever the way you write the entire paragraph, it will display as it is. And when you write the identifier, the ending of the identifier, it should be start with the separate line and starting point, right? You can't keep the single space before ending the identifier EOT or whatever the identifier we have given. That is starting line of the starting line. You should write the identifier. Right. You got the answer for the fourth one?
Yes, madam.
Okay, now can you understand how to write the entire page or number of pages very quickly?
Yes,
No
madam.
any issues? Right, then have you used the pre-tag?
Yes,
Pre
madam.
tag, have you used this formatting? Okay. Do you have
Yes,
any
madam.
questions regarding the function, today's session regarding the functions and this at last we have done the HereDoc syntax? Any questions?
Madam,
Yeah.
as computer programming languages, does PHP also having private functions, just like things, private, public, just like global functions?
Yeah, we have used the global function.
Yeah, just like that. If we declare a function inside one page or one
Yes.
document,
Yeah.
can we access it by another page or so, just like that?
Yes. We can do using global variable. You can access anywhere of your program, the coding. If you write the variable anywhere of your coding, it can be accessed. Okay?
Okay, madam. So that means we have to use include and embed the program the code tag, right?
Coding.
Code
Yes,
coding.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Okay, madam.
Yeah.
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam.
Right. Any other questions? Okay, now can you understand how to write the entire page or number of pages very quickly?
Yes,
No
madam.
any issues? Right, then have you used the pre-tag? Okay. Do you have
Yes,
any
madam.
questions regarding the function, today's session regarding the functions and this at last we have done the HereDoc syntax? Any questions?
Madam,
Yeah.
as computer programming languages, does PHP also having private functions, just like things, private, public, just like global functions?
Yeah, we have used the global function.
Yeah, just like that. If we declare a function inside one page or one
Yes.
document,
Yeah.
can we access it by another page or so, just like that?
Yes. We can do using global variable. You can access anywhere of your program, the coding. If you write the variable anywhere of your coding, it can be accessed. Okay?
Okay, madam. So that means we have to use include and embed the program the code tag, right?
Coding.
Code
Yes,
coding.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Okay, madam.
Yeah.
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam.
Right. Any other questions? And if not, this is the last slide. Then I will stop for today. Right. Then I already shared the fourth presentation via email. Then before the next week again, I will share the forms, which I am going to do in the next Tuesday, right? Better to communicate with the other students also. Tell them to come and participate in the Zoom lessons, right? Now only we have now 20 or less than that now. Some are already log in and log out also. Okay then, right? See you.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Okay.
Thank you, madam.